I've just caught some really dodgy stomach bug, or I guess I ate some dodgy hummus yesterday. I don't know. Slowly moving around the flat, trying to get some work done. So I need to finish my coding, trying to get Firebase set up so I can actually get that database connected. So yeah, let's see. And got another 2 weeks left of my notice period at work, so freedom is nigh, my friends. Freedom is nigh. Okay, so just put my shoes on to get some groceries. I am feeling better, which is good. Not quite 100%, but enough that I'm playing with Firebase and I'm learning new things. I haven't gone completely insane yet, which is saying a lot coming from a newbie such as myself. But also I wanted to add, I've gotten like more love from folks at work, and it's just such a shame. Like, everyone's just so nice and just so supportive, and I'm leaving that world behind, but gotta power on. The mission means so much more than my sentiments. Just a quick update. First of all, thank you, Firebase. If you weren't around, I don't know what I would have done. So I've been using Firebase as the backend as a service, specifically setting up Firestore as a real-time data store, or cloud store rather. And yeah, because I didn't want to go and like set up a database and add and delete data. I'm just not there yet. So I think Firestore has been a blessing. So what I'm doing now is basically going through a lot of tutorials, trying to use some code to connect to Firebase, connect to Firestore, import the relevant functions, and then be able to basically do the basics, like actually just add data from a form that someone submits through my HTML page. So if they submit that form, then I want that data to be reflected in the Firestore, but I want it to be reflecting in real time, so that I don't have to refresh the page every time. And for some reason, the code that I've got is just not working. So let's see if I fix that today. If I fix that today, that would be amazing. I want to fix that and then be able to show that data in the cloud store back on that same page, so it refreshes dynamically. So when someone adds something on the form, it's then shown back to them to say, right, here you go, this is the new data item that you've added. It sounds simple, but yeah, it's tragic. Yeah, I give up. Well, okay, apparently trying to get data to be updated real time on a page is harder than it might seem. So I'm going to chalk it up as a bug. I'm going to move on. So the user now has to refresh the page every time to see updates. It's fine. MVP and all that jazz. Also, this is the time of day when I tend to crash. It's like 2 p.m., classic post-lunch slumber. I haven't had any coffee today because coffee is acidic, and if I'm recovering from a stomach bug, I should be careful. Oh, I want coffee. Okay, so now it's gotten late by my standards. It's 4:30 p.m. Yes, that's late. So this is when my brain switches off. So instead of coding, which takes a lot of brain power, considering it doesn't come easy to me, I'm working on a PRFAQ instead, which is a press release frequently asked questions document, pioneered by Amazon. Yeah, look it up, guys. I highly recommend it if you're not aware of it, but if you are, then you'll know this is a great way to envision where a product, what a product is planning to do, where it's going, what it's about, essentially emulating a press release for the product or a set of features. So in this case, I'm doing this for Be Me, my product, and just to try and really flesh it out further, because I kind of just want to make sure that I really dig into the value proposition a bit more, and chiseling that and sculpting it in a way that just makes sense, because it's easy to go around in circles and be a bit wishy-washy about the value proposition. Yes, Mish Money Penny. The value proposition. So I think it's just around right now putting it down, getting my thoughts down on paper. And yeah, I think this will be a continually evolving document that I'll tweak over time as I learn more. So yeah, I'll link down below to a good article and a book which a mentor of mine at my previous workplace recommended to me as well. So I'll link down below and you guys can check it out. So yeah. So at the moment, it's now 6:46 a.m. on a Thursday. One of the issues I'm having now is it seems Webpack, which is a bundler I'm using, is not loading the latest changes from my JavaScript file. Maybe it's because I'm using Windows or something, I don't know. But again, basic errors, folks. I'm now going on Discord to ask a couple of communities there. So let's see. Hopefully they can show me how obvious the answer to this is and I can get this fixed, which might explain why I've been having all those bugs before, because it wasn't loading the latest code. So yeah. Anyhow, just a reminder, like, I don't know if others have the same issue. I'm sure others have the same issue here, but essentially I woke up this morning, was feeling productive, started coding, and then had this feeling of I guess it's overwhelm, just wash over me. And instead of trying to fight it or trying to resist it, which is what I would normally do, I just let myself feel it. And I spent I think probably half an hour feeling the overwhelm, journaling it down, trying to understand, trying to pick apart my thoughts and not fighting anything. Just literally, I just wrote down gibberish. Like every thought that came into my head. And it was cathartic. And, for those who don't journal, I think this is a reminder of how important this stuff can be. And yeah, I allowed myself not to be productive and just stare out a window and just at the same time journal down whatever I was feeling. So yeah, it's okay. It's okay to not be productive all the time. We're all human. So yeah. One thing as well, when you're essentially you are your own boss, you can actually take advantage of that a little bit. I think the temptation is always to complete a task. Once you start a task, complete it, and nothing should stop you to complete that task. And yes, that's the ideal. But I feel like when you're working on your own thing, when you're isolated, etc., sometimes you need to just follow the fun. And what I mean by that is, what feels good at that particular time to do. So right now, most times coding for me feels great because I'm learning a lot, but sometimes it can be really frustrating. So instead of bashing my head and being like, oh, how do I get this to work? Or I can't be bothered to get this to work. Maybe what could be productive, to use that scary term, is to step away, work on something else for a little while, and then come back to the coding thing later. So in my case, I had two examples of this yesterday. I took some time out to work on the PRFAQ, that document that describes, the vision for the product. And that was fun because it's something that comes relatively easy for me. I've done a few before. And then today, I was just working on an Instagram post for the product Instagram page, which never actually got posted because it wasn't good enough for me. But still, just working on it helped me reset. And now I'm back to the coding stuff again, and it's flowing again. So follow the fun. That's the motto of the day.